Hi, everybody. Welcome to Madness of the Land. We're already apparently very crazy. Pre-show filled with insanity. Anyway, hi, everyone. We're gonna play some D&D. A lot of things happened last week. They met some undead.
2 weeks ago.
I'm sorry, 2 weeks ago. Last time we played, they met with some undead. They said, "Hey, can you fight our dragon master so we're free?" You fought the dragon, killed the dragon, explored a little, found some treasure, and then got into a fight with...
You fought a Rimmeraz, too.
You fought the Rimmeraz, too.
Oh,
and then you got into a fight with a bunch of ice elementals.
They started it.
They did start it.
I'm just saying.
Along with the Mephits, who have now since
read... The started it, the jerks.
Yeah, they did warn the ice elementals you were around.
Jerks.
I mean... you can blame them all you want, but we all know it's still Chance's fault.
I did
Chance
nothing.
is literally the least blameless person in this entire party right now.
You just said least blameless.
Yep, you did.
We weren't even with you. We were cutting off
I'm
ahead.
batshit insane right now. Give me a break.
Anyway, so why don't we just dive into it without any of the normal kind of hullabaloo? Because there's things happening that are very exciting.
Hoopla!
Anyway. So, a beating heart. Thump thump. Thump thump. Slow. Stop it, because it's going too quick. Beating heart. Being a slow.
I can go slower.
That's fine. Zach, you're only seeing...
Welcome, new citizen of the Empire.
Darkness around you, as if, like, you've fallen into a pool of nothing. There are these flashes. Strange flashes which just enter into your mind briefly, and each time it hits you, it hurts. It's as if information, more than you could even process with your mind, is touching you. Bits of it. You begin to see yourself moving, but you're not connected to yourself. Slashing and beating at one of these things till it falls. And then you stop. Your body stops almost like it's made of stone. And to the one person observing, he can just see like strange crystal seem to grow over top of Chance's body, covering him. Like a layer of it over his skin.
Zach's body.
I'm sorry, Zach's skin.
I was gonna say, like, why is there a crystal growing on my body?
Because I was thinking of Chance and talking about Zach.
Yeah.
You're always thinking of Chance.
Oh, Chance, someday you'll die horribly. I mean...
Can I try to fight it, like, from the darkness? Like, I'm trying
Magic
to
missile
force
at the
my way.
darkness.
It's like you're not even connected to yourself right now. As like you begin to slowly fade into yourself almost. Like you try to fight, but it's like sort of like this kind of hard drag back to yourself and away from whatever it is. A voice in your head. And a new task. There's something there. Something you have to find. Something in the place you're going. Large and round. And it will show you what you need to know. Now, Ulfgar, you fell. You felt like your own spirit was beginning to leave its body. It was that slow march to death. Not that you haven't dropped before to your wounds, but this time something strange has happened. you're more in touch with life and death than any of the others. You almost have that connection to your god when you face death. A judgment of whether it truly is time or not. And for a while now, yeah, you've sensed that. But something odd is happening. You sense there's something else. And it's something you didn't notice before. Something tugging. You realize that maybe you could pass away naturally. Your god has your protection because of the connection you have. But there's something about this place, this realm, that death is not as natural as it should be. Something twisted in it. Now, Chance, you get to observe some things going on here. You get to observe Zach being covered in crystal as he takes down one of the last remaining elementals. Signe has risen out of this. It's hard to explain because it looks almost like a black ooze, but also looks like it's made of fire. It kind of whips and spurts like fire does, not like slime.
Flaming ooze.
Mm-hmm. She makes a gesture towards the last thing, the last elemental, and horrible tendrils kind of emerge from this, wrapping around it. Behave yourselves, people in chat. Be good. In a almost haze, she walks forward towards this thing. And something looks off about Signe. Like, her face looks almost contorted and twisted a little bit. Mm-hmm. As she, like, grips the ice elemental, now that it's unable to move, and you hear a voice come from her. That is not her own voice. A final gift. Life for life. As kind of being almost shoved, like the slime kind of like begins to coalesce more around it. Ulfgar is unceremoniously kind of like plopped out close by to you, just with a thwomp.
I'm gonna grab him and pull him out, and then chuck a potion down his throat.
Well, he can get a death save.
I'm not sure if I want a nat 1 or nat 20.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, I'm not sure I want Chance putting anything down my throat.
Uh-huh.
Nat 20 would be pretty awesome right now.
He did it before.
Cruel death.
7. Well, 2 failed saves.
Well, I'm sorry, something's going down your throat.
Chance.
Man, you never leave anything to chance.
No,
Oh.
Chance does not. Anyway, as you're helping Ulfgar, you can see Gritz's form almost kind of be drawn out of it as Signe takes her other hand and places it upon Gritz. As you just see the ice elemental turn, like the ice begin to turn black, and it just crumbles to like a dust, which it was made of ice, which is really creepy. As then,
no.
yeah, as Gritz's wounds seem to heal a little bit, and she looks a little better. The black.
Is that a little better, like not at 0 hit points anymore, or a
Yeah,
little better,
like you'll be waking up in a second.
Okay.
As you had pleasant dreams. Like in a warm field of flowers.
My one brain cell bouncing around.
Yep.
In her dress.
Yeah.
Yep.
Grits will kind of drop back out of the slime, kind of laying down on the ground, as what remains of this will kind of like coalesce around Signe and turn into some kind of robes now being worn by her that still seem to like almost look like they're made of flame, but it's black goopy flame. She's just standing there next to
I'm a crystal.
next to Zach, who's a crystal. Grits is lying on the ground.
How's Ulfgar doing?
I mean, how much did you? What did you give him? Heal potion? Roll some health.
Was it a D4 plus what?
2d4 plus 2 if it's base.
Okay, 2D4 you said plus 2?
Yeah.
Yep, 2d4. It's always the first and the last are always the same, so it's 2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
4d4 plus
let's see.
I'm gonna roll one more thing, and don't worry, you'll keep me alive. I just want to see something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you want to see?
Ulfgar was supposed to die there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
Except
I just rolled it. I do know
shoved
that.
life down your throat. Deal with it.
Take my life.
Take your. Oh God.
Alright.
After the potion is done being downed into him, I'm going to start slapping his face and pulling him back. Because this shit's getting creepy.
Yeah, the skeletons fall down, and Ulfgar looks normal.
That sucks.
Wouldn't they have fallen down when you went unconscious?
He didn't technically.
It's not
die.
concentration.
Oh,
It's not concentration. Yeah.
They just follow my orders,
gotcha.
and I have to re-up the spell every day, basically.
Gotcha. Ulfgar? Bad crap happening. Look forward. As I'm still dragging you back.
How am I supposed to go forward if you're dragging me?
I said, look. That doesn't mean get closer to it.
I mean, there's a hallway and the door that you've drug him away from, so you can't really see much
you can
anymore.
still see in the door.
Yeah, probably see Grits lying on the ground.
Fine, I'll let him go.
Get up, kind of unsteady. Trot forward. Oh, that's not good. Neither is that. All right, dragging Grits now.
I have my hand crossbow in my hand and my silvered scimitar out in the other.
You hear a cracking noise coming from Zach.
I'm eating chips.
The crystal will kind of break off his body, but the thing is, when it does, it's almost as if parts of his body fall off with it. Zach looks a little different when he emerges from this. Like
he just got out of a cocoon, apparently.
Yep.
Crystallis would be a better.
The kind of like almost like fracture lines of that were within his body, not naturally when he kind of had like the stone visage, are now black.
Yeah. So the marbled skin, instead of it being like gray and white, it's mostly gray. The whiteness is all filled in with black.
It looks like
No.
it looks obsidian. So like it actually has like a shine, almost like obsidian now.
It's a light gray, so it's kind of hinting it. It looks. I'm sexy, bitch. Zach is. Living vicariously, but whatever. More about it.
Zach, you feel strange.
Yeah. So I'm holding the greatsword,
Mm-hmm.
and when that arm gets free, it just drops like it's too heavy for me to hold in my one hand. And then as the other pieces start falling off, I'm wearing a rather different armor. I'm wearing armor, actually. For the first time, you've never seen me with armor before. I'm wearing this golden breastplate. And I fall forward onto my knees, like almost dry heaving, as my normally obtuse muscular frame is much thinner than it was before. Same height-ish, but just the mass that he had seems to be gone. He's more of a more athletic, more ropey build now. And it just fall forward. Seems like everything is too much for him right now, and he's barely trying to look around. He goes, Ulfgar, Grits, Chance,
Golden boy.
He finally looks up and his eyes clear. His eyes are different. The irises are completely black, almost onyx-like, so they're gem-like, but the pupils are diamonds. And he looks at you and he's, oh God, I thought you were dead. Oh, is Grits okay?
She's breathing at least. I was trying to get her out of here
Happy
just in
dreams.
case you both
What?
went absolutely
She's got probably a
crazy.
big smile on her face, like happy dreams.
What are you?
What do you mean? What? I noticed my hands for the first time. Like,
He's a Genasi.
what? What happened to me? What's this on my skin?
You went crazy again.
Oh no.
Wait, who are you medicining
Ulfgar.
up?
Grits.
Okay.
I'm checking on her.
Yeah, it seems like most of the more critical wounds were taken care of. You can take care of any of the minor stuff pretty quickly and efficiently then.
Yeah, it's just to make sure.
I saw Ulfgar fall. Signe, is she dead? I could have sworn I saw her die. I look around. Is she
Turn.
just standing there?
She's like standing there, just like
Like he
standing
can
there.
barely stand up.
Like,
He's
her,
really
like
weak.
she's like kind of like her head's kind of slumped down, her arms are straight down, and she's covered in these strange, like robes that just again they kind of like lick off flames, but the flames move in a kind of like almost strange kind of like slime kind of popping way. So it's kind of like it's like a weird kind of lava lampy, except with like weird fire.
Yeah, after deciding that Grits is far enough and alive, I'll just walk over to Signe.
Mm-hmm.
You see
Any
Zach.
reaction at all?
She doesn't seem to be reacting.
Alright, I grab her hand and start walking.
Okay.
Well, since she's comfortable, roll her over.
I'll crawl over. There's-
Stay
I
down.
have healing. I have a healing potion.
Let me check on her first.
I'm gonna kneel down and start lightly tapping Grits' face.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
Like, something's weird.
I don't know what the hell's going on. Her robes are sticky.
And hot.
Apparently they came out of her. It's hot in the warm sense, not the. Anyways.
Is it
potion.
moist?
You know what, Chance? You seem to have expertise in this. Here you go, and I'm holding the potion out to him.
Did you take the one I gave
I'm
you?
not
Yeah.
going near that.
I'll go. If anything happens.
I just poured it down her throat.
Okay,
I would like to jump in real quick.
sure.
Nope.
There's a few differences with Signe that you will notice once her hood falls off.
Mm-hmm.
Where her skin was once, kind of pale porcelain, it's now nearly white. you can't see her eyes right now, but the scars around her eyes and around her mouth have grown almost necrotic looking. They almost look charred and decaying. And her hair, which was pretty pale blonde, is pure white at the bottom with black roots growing out at the top now.
So I look like a normal dwarf. You got golden tits. And I have no idea. Anyways, wait. Healing potion. Necromantic looking thing. Let's see if she wakes up. I'll make sure she doesn't die. Recork it.
I'm gonna pat my chest, feeling this armor that I'm just realizing I'm wearing.
Yeah.
What does it look like? What is it? Is there anything embossed on it? Is there any?
It's actually like got elaborate like scale markings. It seems like it's very well crafted. Oh, would you? None of you would know about that, but okay. This would harken back to something old. Oh, Signe would know. Yeah, Signe might know. That's the only thing. But
I would like to point out that Fafnir has landed on...
On what?
On who?
On Zach.
Yeah.
Okay. Zach.
Oh, hey. Just information that Fafnir might know. Do you remember the giant dragon heart?
Oh.
Yes?
Yeah, that was Gold Dragon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ulfgar doesn't know that.
Nope.
So, can I do a religion check on his tits?
They're not tits. I'm skinnier now than I was before. I was
wearing
like,
armor.
The Rock.
Yeah, he's wearing armor.
Okay, muscle tits. Whatever.
No, I'm not. I'm not supposed to do that. Don't ruin this.
He's wearing armor. It does have some kind of
it's
strange symbol emblazed in the center of it that none of you really recognize. And none of you that are conscious recognize.
Well, did I wake Grits up successfully yet?
She'll be able to be woken up, yes.
I've been kind of like tapping her in the face, like, Grits, wake up to this. Grits. I'm still keeping my crossbow pointed forward.
I take out a bottle, pour a shot. Grits, alcohol.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I'd sit up like, yes.
Zach, as you're kind of like looking over the armor, though,
Grits, weird shit.
There's one word that kind of echoes in your mind. Chosen.
He doesn't. Guys, he like says it as he hears it.
Yeah.
Right? Like without thinking about it. It just comes out of his mouth, and it's in like almost the Terran language, and that kind of his voice he uses for that, but it's in common, and he's just like, chosen. What is going on? Ulfgar, what? I think I messed up.
Maybe. I have no idea. I've never seen armor spawning out of nothing. I've never seen this symbol. You have all of those armor golden scales. You remind me of a dragon.
You can make me a religion check first, and then you can make me an arcana check too. Okay. So for the religion side, it does look to be some kind of maybe holy symbol that's emblazoned on the armor. You're not sure of the holy symbol. It's not anything you would have recognized. Nothing you've encountered. But it does look religious. The symbol. The word he said, and a little bit of kind of what happened harkens you back that you do remember there. That maybe some kind of divine blessing or something of a similar may have happened to him for this kind of change. But the source of it, you're not sure. The Arcana side, yeah, you can tell that the scale work on this armor seems to be natural in origin.
Is this room dark?
Yes.
So you'll notice Zach's looking right at you, even though it's dark.
So, Zach,
Yeah.
the whole thing I'm getting from this is religious and naturally formed, magical, etc., etc. Here's the thing. Orn told me a little bit about the adventures that him and Tim talked about, blah, 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 blah. There are two gods supposed to be kind of around here. The big bad who is kind of did all the Kalida things. Then there's the other race that no one really knew or hasn't heard from in a long time. And them and the people in the forest, the trippy ones, I don't know them very well, or at all really. But they worship this sun god. And
When he says that, does the name come to me?
Yeah, you know the name. You know both of them. Like when he talks about it, like, you're like when he says the two gods, you're like, yeah, Chandrazar, Kelnikor.
Sandrazar and Cal. Yeah.
Yeah. The golden armor and all that, and the fact that you're not killing me right now, makes me at least hope that it's the nice one, the sunny one.
I thought you were dead. I focused on the voice.
Everyone but you and I dropped.
I was gonna die too. I was barely standing left, and I couldn't get to you guys. So I ever since the other day, I could hear the laughing. I could hear the earth, and I embraced it. And I look at my hands again. And I guess it cursed me.
Is anyone particularly hurt, other than Signe?
Actually, I feel great. Just a little
Confused.
A little weird and weak. I tried to pick up the great sword again, and it's like dragging the tip. And he's like, "God, this thing's heavy."
Chance, are you okay?
Physically, I'm doing somewhat okay. Mentally, I
can't heal
don't know.
mental. I'm sorry. Gritsteer, how are you?
I'm fine, I think. By the way, you said I got healed. Did you? You
You're at
didn't tell me-
50% health.
50%. Okay. Just so I have an idea, and I'm not like, I feel great, and have 1 hit point. I could go for a walk.
We should get out of here.
Well, in that case, then Ulfgar goes to cast on himself and goes, "Oh, I took a lot of hits on the head. I forgot I'm out of spells."
Here, we have a ton of healing potions. We have a ton.
Well, you're also holding one, Ulfgar.
Good point. Right. And he pops it and drinks it.
What are we gonna do with Signe?
Carry her.
Okay. I'll help if you want me to.
I'll walk over there. Can I? I mean, I still have the belt of.
I'm worried about you two touching. I'm gonna be honest. Not
Why?
now. Because she looks dark and evil, spooky. You look like
Bright
you
and
are, yeah, bright and sunny. No touchy until she wakes up.
Oh, all right.
Ulfgar, could I ask a favor?
Sure.
Do you have any of the good stuff on you?
Oh, alcohol.
Yes.
I have plenty. I always restock before we leave.
Can I have some?
When we set up camp.
Thank you.
Well,
I'm still like keeping my crossbow up, and I am still I am not gonna like not face you guys.
why, Chance? Did I attack you? Why are you?
He's afraid. It's a
You went
normal
crazy
reaction
the
to
last time you
traumatic.
reached out.
Yeah.
She looks like she's covered in black flaming ooze. No offense to either of you. I don't know if I can trust you guys right now.
I'll help carry Signe.
I mean, at least I look normal, right? And he holds up his hand and, oh, there's color. Never mind.
I look normal.
Yes, Grits is fine.
Yes,
I'm
but
fine.
now she's gonna go touch Black Oozy Girl, so I don't know.
Unless, of course, the ooze made us, her minions or whatever.
I don't feel
Yes.
like a minion.
She's also not conscious.
That's true. She's gonna wake up and be like,
Kill.
"Yes, master."
Yeah, so you'll see Zach, like, he weighs out the while you're, like, over there getting her ready to move her. He'll, like, the greatsword just seems very awkward in his hands, unlike it was before. So he'll take it and he'll put it in the bag of holding, and he'll pull out the the long sword of warning,
Mhm.
and a shield. And
Is it a-
shield, and he'll put it on.
Is it a cursed item that you happen to... Was it calling to you specific?
No, it feels awkward, and I mean, I know how to use all these weapons. I just preferred the bigger ones before, but I don't know, my hands feel smaller or something. It
You look
doesn't feel as comfortable.
you look more like my build than anything.
One moment. I can't tell if your hands are bigger or smaller than they used to be.
They're
You
perfectly sized hands.
You are not as buff as you once were.
Anyways, ready, Grits?
Let me get
Four,
your.
2,
Let me get
3,
your
lift.
pinky.
I'll be holding, I guess, like her feet.
Oh, I guess I'll start picking up random bones that
Yeah.
are
Up,
left.
up, 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 up. Well, there's plenty in the bag. We wouldn't.
Oh,
need
they
any.
don't need to be the same.
Oh no, of course not. I just had them be specific
You weren't
one
here,
for reference.
and this was something that might have got me in trouble. Well, you weren't here, but I gave a weird witch doctor a chest of bones because we had an empty chest and a bunch of bones.
That's true.
We have more.
There's
Um,
literally a pile back like 3 rooms
At the very
back.
least,
That's
I'm going
true.
to pick
That's
up.
true.
I'm going to pick up their skulls.
And the bells. Don't forget his bells. Oh wait, he didn't have them on. Never mind.
No, he's not in town.
I'm gonna
Isn't
pick
he
up all
wearing a
their
dress?
skulls at the very least.
No.
she's in battle mode.
As soon as we're out on a job, they go cloak.
Well, I didn't know if it was underneath the cloak.
No,
I'll collect the.
I
I'll
don't
collect
go
the
around
clothes
opening skeletons'
and
cloaks
put the
looking inside.
skulls
She
on
doesn't want it
top
to get ripped.
Yeah, I
and
know.
carry them one armed, and I'm still having my crossbow out in the other.
Yes. What direction you going? Back the way you came?
Outside.
Okay,
All
so
the way outside.
are you paying another tax to the friend in the room?
Oh yeah, we'll throw a
I'll toss
handful
a
of
gold.
something.
No,
in
just
the
one
bag.
gold. Damn it! You guys are so rich.
You don't even know how rich I am now.
Well, I mean, we're all rich. To be fair, we got 20 grand.
And specifically, you were told to give it gems, and you're like trying to give it gold. I mean,
I don't have gems.
You are gems.
but
We picked up
Grits
some
does.
gems.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, yeah. I'd throw.
Yeah,
like,
when we
like a
stole all
gem
that
or two.
treasure.
No, we didn't steal any treasure. What are you talking about?
That
501
The karma. Your karma killed us.
No, my karma.
You stole from the party.
No, you know what killed us was my inability to, have self-control.
Yeah, it really.
Alright,
Our
so
quarter
I-
brain cell.
I will reach in the bag and I'll put the shield and the sword on my back.
Mhm.
And I will pull out manacles and I'll hold them out to Chance and go, just in case. You're right. I don't want to go crazy.
I don't think that's a good idea.
It's up to you, Chance. I don't want you to be afraid of me. I don't want to hurt any of you guys.
You have known him the longest.
I know who you at least were, maybe still are, but I don't know what has become of you.
I don't know who you are anymore.
If you're still yourself completely or not.
I understand. My skin looks weird. I'll just hold my hands out.
I'm gonna look at Grits.
I don't think so. If something happens and we need him, I think he'd still be an ally. Even with that. I mean, he did.
What is going on?
Save
Why
us.
you guys keep saying that?
Look at you!
Do we
I don't
have
know
a
what
ruler
happened,
in the
but
bag
look
at
at
all?
Apparently you went cuckoo a little bit, so he's worried that it'll happen again and you'll start swinging at him.
I do have a question. There were 3 mephits and there were 3 big ice things. And then I went down and now there are none of them.
They're dead.
That's a big gap that I have not had filled in.
Even the methods.
I took down one and then Ulfgar fell, and so that's when
When you started to change, you took down another. Signe rose out of black ooze and took down another.
Oh, and some kind of horrible monstrosity that lived in the walls took down the last one.
Right.
and that was when I started changing.
Yes.
The monstrosity in the walls, I think, is where Grits is like, okay, that's for concern. Because
I'm not
that's
even
not us.
necessarily worried that whatever thing you can hear will make you attack again. You literally ended up in a giant crystal and came
There's
out
something
different.
here. There's something here that I need to find.
What happened to the remains of that crystal?
It's like on the ground. It kind of like has been breaking apart.
And pieces of you came off as well.
Yeah, it kind of has been like sort of deteriorating, almost like it's.
Do you still
Not like it's
have
melting
all
ice.
of you?
To me, that makes it more of...
I'll laugh. Zach would laugh at that. He goes, I haven't worn armor in a very long time, but that's important. I should check that.
To me, it sounds as though you are a butterfly right now.
Great.
So he was a caterpillar before?
Caterpillar, the crystal was the chrysalis, and now he's a beautiful golden tit butterfly.
I don't see any wings.
They're in his heart. They're in his heart.
Just scrubbing.
That was
Anyways, we should get the hell out of here.
How about
Yep.
this, Chance? If you guys don't want to manacle me, I'll go up front, so you can keep your eye on me.
sure.
That's fine.
Just
When
don't
we
run
touch
too fast.
Signe, does she do her robes feel hot or anything, or
They feel
do they
quite
stick
warm,
to us?
but they don't like stick to you. They don't burn you, but you can definitely feel that there's almost like
Are
a.
they tentacly almost? Like they're
No,
Have a
as I
line
said,
of them.
it has this kind of that kind of strange
lava lamp.
lava lamp kind of effect that kind of happens to it all the time. It kind of just slurps.
So they're going up then. It's not dripping down.
No, it's dripping. It's dripping out of it, and kind of flickering.
I'm so glad that they don't stick
Welcome,
to us,
new
because my
citizen of the
immediate
Empire.
thought was just like a leather couch in summer.
Ugh.
Just a...
Horrible.
Honestly, Zach, I'm less worried about you than I am of Signe at the moment.
When I look at her, does anything come to me? Any emotions? Any?
Love.
Oh, God.
I am worried about her.
No, there's something odd about looking at her, actually. It's this weird... It's a weird feeling that you don't feel like is your own, but sort of hits in your back of your mind. And I could best describe it as somewhere in between a deep respect, but also a deep hatred? Like some kind of like weird echo of like something you'd have like for like a frenemy.
So, Sydney. Okay.
So kind of the normal feelings you get sometimes. But
yeah, I look at her for a second, and I look at Chance, and I go, "You might be onto something." It's weird. She looks different to me.
She looks different to me, too. She's covered in black bubbly news.
It's actually not
Grits,
really
you
bubbly.
could recognize that it's like whatever this is. It's like the robes she's wearing now. It's a weird material. Is
it soft?
It's soft.
Is it shiny?
Like
shimmery.
I wouldn't call it like shiny per se, because
Iridescent.
like the best way to describe it is it almost looks oil-like. It's gonna have that shine of like oil.
It's like iridescent-y.
Yeah, iridescent. Yeah, there you go.
So great, she's in a flaming
cool.
oil slick.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys take that off?
Ulfgar, do you want to answer that? Like why we shouldn't just undress the lady who supposedly
It's a cloak. It's not like her outfit.
No, he said it's robes.
Robes, yeah.
I do not trust that if we remove this, that she'll wake up. It seems to be quite attached to her.
All right, let's get out of here. You're
Well, I
right.
don't
I'm
think she'd
sorry.
be
We
very
need to
happy.
not do this in here.
Yeah.
Um,
It's cold in here still, right?
Yes.
That's another good reason.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is my cold weather gear all destroyed?
Probably.
You're stoned.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many uniforms I go through with you guys? God.
Well,
Well, you just went to a new body, so...
I mean, like, there's probably enough of your cold weather gear that if given some time, you might be able to repair it, but it's pretty damaged right now.
You also have a new body.
Yeah, I guess I'm just happy you guys are alive. That's... You know what? And I'm gonna take off the... How do you say it? I always say this wrong. Ferriot of wound closure.
You said it right.
And I'm gonna give it to Grits and go, Grits, stop going down.
I'd prefer she didn't. I really don't know what's wrong with me. I got hit in the head one too many times.
Do you
Just
take
carrying
it? He's
Signe,
offering
like-
it to you.
I would take it.
Yeah.
Is it
I
a-
can't keep it. I met my 2-minute slots are
Okay.
overflowing now. So if you want it, you can have it.
Your attunements are
Your
overflowing.
slots are overflowing.
Yeah, well, the shield requires a attunement, so I have to drop something.
I don't think I even have anything that's an attunement item.
I know.
The
I
bracers, I
Oh.
think, might.
Oh, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I might have two, actually.
All right. Well, when you reach this room here, you will see there is now an open passageway right here. I'm throwing it on the map.
Is the ice feel like it's getting weaker at all because the dragon's dead?
No. It looks as though there was a secret door on either side of this passage. You can hear commotion coming from over here right now.
Okay.
I
So
don't
I'm
think
gonna look
we
at
need
it
a
and
fight
go,
right now.
yeah, no, we can't. We can't. That looks very tempting, but I think that's the point, right?
We can't afford.
Let's head outside. Sydney's not okay. And last time it took her a freaking month to get better.
Over here, you will find that there is a door, of the secret variety, right here. As you see, it's now open, and you can see chipping away at some ice with a sword is one of those undeads pulling out things from the ice.
Oh, when I see that thing.
Yeah.
This is gonna get interesting. I'm gonna. I'll pull out the sword, and I will walk right up to it, and I will cast Booming Blade on it.
Okay.
And then I will
Record
attack.
stay.
Yeah, no, because the little fucker. But you guys see, for once, Zach moves forward, and he holds out his hand. He grabs the longsword. He holds out his hand, and you can see the onyx dark coloring start to ripple, and then all of a sudden you can see. Well, I gotta attack first.
That does help.
16.
You would have advantage. It's very distracted with what it's doing.
Okay, so just.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Oh, crit.
Yep.
Well then.
Well.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll ripple. The sword will almost look like its materials will darken a little bit, almost like it's onyx. And he'll swing out, and then sound will surround this creature. I'm doing two-handed because I don't have my shield equipped. And so 15 points of that, and if it moves, does that get doubled too?
Yes,
damage?
the booming would be doubled too because you cast the spell as part of the attack, and you criticaled on the attack.
Okay.
So
14
all
plus
right,
7.
so 21 plus 15 would be 36. Yeah, it dies.
Yeah. So it ripples, and he just attacks it in this loud, thunderous sound. But it's less sound as you can feel the vibrations of the ground go up through your souls and into your bodies.
It looks as though there's a pile of equipment frozen in the ice here. That this one was digging out. It looks about most of it's out. It looks like it was trying to get some sets of armor out still. The things that are out right now are a shield, a couple of swords, a belt, a cloak, and a gem.
I'm just going to say, Zach, open the bag. And just start throwing stuff into it.
It's still in the wall, I think he said.
No, that's the stuff.
No, he said that's the stuff that's out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I opened the bag.
There are 3 sets of armor, which it was trying to click out. Looks like 2 sets of chainmail and a set of scale mail. That it looks like it was in the middle of clearing out the ice to get the scale mail out.
Does Sydney still have that gem on her to warm up ice? If we do, that would be
I thought
armor
we were
for
gonna
the
go out and
skeletons.
see if she's okay first. We can come
Yeah, okay, we can. You're right. I'm sorry. I got distracted.
It's not going anywhere. As I'm like hauling Signe.
Did you add a chance? Because I wasn't really mistaken.
I'll let you know what it is. Well,
I figured you would give us. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So
yeah,
I just
the way,
basically
Zach
grabbed and threw in the bag.
Yeah, Zach didn't even acknowledge the casting.
Mm-hmm.
So,
all right, you'll be able to make it outside then, safely. And why don't we take our first break here, as you're getting outside and trying to get to rest, and we'll pop back in then afterwards, where you can we can continue with figuring out what's going on, and maybe Signe will wake up. Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Hopefully.
Hopefully Zach will still be fine. Who knows? We'll find out. No, we won't.
On next... No.
Zach will confirm whether he's fine or not. And that's it. Anyway, if you need a drink, snack, bathroom break, go ahead and take it. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. See you in a second, folks.